Raja, and good morning, everyone. I Arohi
And I'm Nutan. Today we're going to be hosting the podcast of Rajarshi Gurukul.
Limitless Boundaries. By the way, Nutan, where did you get your dress?
Oh, I got it from the Hanfu stall.
Me too.
And do you remember about the Chinese Culture Day program that happened in Rajarshi Gurukul a few days ago?
Of course, Nutan. It was so awesome and memorable. My favorite stalls were calligraphy, hanfu, and pitchpot. The reason why pitchpot was one of my favorite games is because it is a very fun game from ancient China that taught me concentration and aiming. And Hanfu was also one of my favorite stalls because it is very beautiful and shows the rich culture of China through its beautiful colors, patterns, and history. Last but not least, calligraphy was also one of my favorite stalls because it is not only an art but a skill, and it also taught me patience along the way.
I agree with you, Arohi, but my favorite stalls were the art exhibition and the chopstick challenge. The art exhibition showed the hard work of the students, and it really made me feel like I was in China. Isn't that the best part? China and the chopstick challenge. The chopstick challenge showed the elegance of Chinese people even when they take their meals.
Today we have our very own Mandarin ma'am, and her name is Betty.
Okay, 大家好, my name is Betty. I'm very happy to be here today.
And Betty ma'am, do you have a few things that you liked about the Chinese Cultural Day that you would like to share with us?
Okay, yes, of course. And first, I want to thank you everyone for helping me to hold this program so we can have a successful program, right? And I think my favorite part is not only the singing, dance, the culture, traditional fashion show, and the 6 stores. I like best is the process of the student practice because every student spend the 3 weeks, even 1 month to practice. But every student are very happy, very enthusiastic. So I like this part most.
So, how does it feel to be a family of Rajarshi Gurukul?
Okay, it's my honor to be the Rajarshi Gurukul family members because this is my first time to come to the foreign country to teach the student, and Rajarshi Gurukul gave me a very warm welcome and make me feel very comfortable to stay here.
And can you share your feelings about Nepal when you came here for the first time?
Okay, of course. The first time I come to Nepal, first I feel very excited and a little bit not very comfortable because this is my first time to stay a foreign country for such a long time, right? But after sometimes I feel comfortable here and I like this country.
And Betty ma'am, another question I would like to ask you is, from which place of China did you come from?
Okay, I think you know, right? Because at the first time I meet the student, I tell every student that I come from China, Sichuan province, Chengdu, this city. It is a very big city and beautiful city and very modern. And the food, it is very delicious.
And ma'am, what difference did you find in the classrooms over here and the classrooms in China?
I think there are some difference because in China, every student in the classroom are very quiet and the teachers are very strict in China. And in Nepal, the students are relaxed and free, can say everything they want. This is the big difference, I think.
And ma'am, can you also share us your Chinese educational system?
Okay, in China, during the primary school, we have 6 years, and after that, 3 years junior high school and 3 years senior high school. And after this, we can go to the college, and it usually take 4 years.
So ma'am, can you describe about the Chinese festivals and the wonderful cultures?
Of course. I would like to introduce our upcoming festival, the Chinese Spring Festival, 春节. And during this festival, everyone will gathering together and have a long holiday, just like Nepalese festival, Desai, right? And during this, we will eat the Chinese New Year Eve dinner, and we will visit the relatives, and we will get the red pocket, and we also set off the fireworks to celebrate the festival.
And ma'am, from the festivals you just mentioned, which one is your favorite?
Of course, is Chinese New Year.
And ma'am, what difference did you find in the Chinese people and the Nepali people?
I think very surprised me that the Nepali people, almost everyone can speak English in our daily life. This is different, and I think the biggest difference is that Nepali people have a very slow tempo, slow pace, and Chinese people have a little bit fast pace.
And ma'am, another and an important question I would like to ask you is what inspired you to become a Chinese teacher?
Okay, this is a very good question. That because actually in my college life, I majored in the journalism and broadcast, and I didn't major in the international Chinese language teaching. But I think teaching in a foreign country is also a kind of broadcast because we can broadcast our love, we can spread our Chinese culture. It is a good thing.
Now we have a small friendly question for you. So, what is your favorite Chinese food?
Of course, my favorite Chinese food is hot pot. It is very spicy and very delicious tasty.
What about Nepali food?
I think is samosa and roti. Do you like that?
Yes.
And Betty ma'am, another important question I would like to ask you is how can Chinese help students in their future careers?
Okay, because we know that our words become more and more internationalized, right? So I think maybe language will play a very important part in our future life. So in the future, maybe our students can do the business with Chinese, and we can also go to China to work. So language that will help us a lot.
So, ma'am, what are the things that you like about Chinese clothing?
The Chinese clothing, China has a long history, right? So during every dynasty, we have a different Chinese culture dress. So I can't choose which one is I like best. But I think maybe the culture behind the Chinese dress is I like the most because that shows the different culture, the different habit of Chinese people. And for example, qipao, I used to wear that, right? And there are so many buttons on the dress, and each button shows a different meaning. Yes.
And last but not least, I would like to ask you what is your favorite memory from your teaching journey?
Okay, this is a really good question. That I think because this is my first time to be a teacher and in foreign country, and so I think the first Teachers' Day is very a memorable moment for me because on that day every student celebrated for the teachers, and I also received so many cards, chocolate, pens, so many gifts, and I like that.
Yes. Now we would like to end this podcast by saying thank you and 谢谢聆听，下次再见。